I adopted tag 6005 on the internet adoption event held by the Bureau of Land Management. She was a 5-year-old sorrel mare from the herd management area called Eagle, located in Nevada. I picked her up on my way home from the Extreme Mustang Makeover event in Oklahoma. It was actually that same morning that I had just said goodbye to my competition Mustang, Zara. When I got 6005 home, I let her sit while I processed my experience at the makeover. Then I finally started working with her and named her Zara. I started Zara with a positive reinforcement training program created by Dr. Patricia Barrow-Eyrich. That's a quick little recap, but I'd suggest watching my previous videos in this playlist, which I'll leave linked below, before watching this one. Alright, let's pick up where we left off. Zara had been working through her positive reinforcement training quite well, but we got stuck for a long time. Looking back, I feel that I have the tools now to get us unstuck, but hindsight's 20/20 and you don't know what you don't know until you know. But back to the story. Because I had a riding trip planned with some friends that I was eager to go on, and the training was slow going, I decided to send Zara to a trainer to finish her gentling and saddle train her so that I wouldn't miss out on this trip of a lifetime. So during that low in our training, I reached out to a professional trainer who had experience working with Mustangs and starting them at Liberty. I dropped Zara off in the beginning of April where she began training. The trainer took a break in her training for the month of May and then picked back up for June, July, and August. Zara's training wasn't going to plan, so in August we decided that she would finish her time at this trainer's. But before she came home in September, I really wanted her to learn how to pick up her feet for trimming and to properly load in the horse trailer. I had previously taught her how to load at Liberty, but I wanted her to learn how to load like a normal horse. But on Saturday, August 20th, while beginning to learn how to load in the trailer, she was involved in a loading incident where she cut her eyelid open. While at the vet, she was also tested for EPM, which came back inconclusive. The vet asked me to have her retested in a few months to see whether she should be treated. Both the trainer and I wondered if EPM would be the answer to some of her difficulties with training. At this time, I was still recovering from my car accident that happened in July, and I wasn't able to bring Zara home and work with her, so the trainer let her out to pasture. So this is where we picked up Zara's training. I felt like we were starting back at zero. Now, of course we weren't, but I felt like we were. So again, I spent hours working with her trying to build trust. I restarted her training with negative reinforcement because that's what she had done a couple months before she got turned out to pasture. But after a few days of her really still not wanting to engage, I switched back over to positive reinforcement and I slowly started to see her coming out of her shell. I've gotten advice to send her back to the BLM or sell her and let her be somebody else's challenge, but neither of those options were anything that I wanted to do. Some Mustangs just take a really long time to gentle. And that's the case with Zara. She is an extremely sensitive horse that needs consistency and a lot of patience. Now, being on the other side of this, because I am telling the story on the other side, okay, I can confirm Zara is still a very sensitive horse. I mean, I spent 8 months consistently, day after day, hour after hour, working with her. Then I sent her to a professional trainer for 4 months, and still she wasn't even considered tipped. That's a term in the Mustang world where a horse can pick up their feet for the farrier, load in a trailer, lead, and halter. I won't lie, Zara's story has been a roller coaster of emotions. So many ups, so many downs. But I just, along the way, never was ready to give up, and I'm so glad I didn't. In the thick of it, I just kept clinging to the thought that Zara would be that one horse. That horse that I talked about when I'm old and gray. Zara, that sorrel mare, she taught me so much. I've heard so many trainers say that there was this one difficult horse that just changed everything for them. And they often credit that one horse with who they are today. And I just kept thinking, that's going to be Zara for me. So after spending hours and hours and hours working with her over those 8 months and then spending thousands of dollars on professional training, I decided it's time to invest money and time into me and making me the trainer that Zara needs me to be. And spoiler alert, I can confidently say that I am the trainer that Zara needs now. Now, I'm not saying that I'm perfect or that I have it all together, but I have spent time and money and energy and resources learning the principles of horse training. And I can confidently say that it can be done, you guys. And I'm so excited to share with you guys my learning journey. And that's going to be next week's video. So if you're in a spot where you're working with a difficult horse, or you're just new to horses and you're wondering, where do I begin? Or is it too late for me to do this? The answer is no. And I'm going to detail exactly what I did, the books that I read, the courses that I took, the podcasts I listened to have this new confidence that I have. And yes, it takes time and it takes work. But next week, I'm going to go into that. And so I hope that this will bring a little bit of hope to anyone else who is as stuck as I was. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.